A luxurious presidential suite. Entering through the door, the items scattered on the carpet looked messy. High heels, belts, mail, tie white shirt. The bedside was strewn with shiny Italian customized shoes, beige dress, bra, black trousers. On a luxurious double bed, the sleeping woman's face was calm, her features pure and delicate, her skin creamy, her black hair like seaweed, laid softly on the pillow. She was covered with a blanket, exposing a few bruises on her round shoulders, which looked particularly glaring and ambitious. A man was sleeping beside her, his long honey-colored arms wrapped around her waist through the blanket. The corner of the blanket covered just the right part of her body. She had a beautiful body with long legs, with a perfect golden ratio. In her dream, the woman frowned and whispered. She lazily turned over and continued sleeping. When the man who had a shallow sleep heard the noise, he suddenly opened his eyes. He became aware of the presence around him. He sat up abruptly. His sharp and cold eyes narrowed as he looked at the unfamiliar girl sleeping beside him. Her body was covered in marks left behind by lovemaking. A barely discernible ripple flashed past his inky black eyes. But his handsome face, which looked like a work of art from a god, didn't have the slightest expression on it. It made people unable to guess what he was thinking in his heart. After an unknown amount of time, the woman slowly woke up from her slumber and slowly opened her eyes. She stretched lazily. She took a glance at the man on the bed. Ah! Anziato screamed and rolled out of the bed. Who are you? She asked shakily, wrapping the blanket tightly around her, angry and afraid. Seeing a strange man suddenly on the bed, her mind went blank, unable to think. Tang Yunjung. The man replied in a cold voice, his cold face devilishly handsome without a trace of emotion. No, I didn't ask you. Wait, did we last night? Oh, we didn't. Anziato, incoherent words were interrupted by the man. Yes, he said coldly. Anziato was stunned. Her eyes turned red. After sniffling a few times, she held back the urge to cry. You're not sick, right? My first time, Tang Yunjun replied coldly. His deep and dark eyes were filled with light. You? Anziato angrily stared at him. Just say you're not. Who wants to know if this was your first time? Her gaze accidentally glanced at the lower half of his body that had just awoken. Her pale face instantly turned as red as blood, frightening her so much that she turned away. Lord, that's so huge. Can you put some clothes so we can talk? I'll take responsibilities. The man suddenly dropped another sentence. Huh? Anziato didn't know how to react. So she blankly stared at him with her bright, moist eyes. I'll marry you, he answered, and his inky eyes turned as he looked at her stunned expression. No, Anziato quickly waved her hands, pretending not to feel any pain. Anyway, the one-night stand games are pretty popular now. We're both adults, so if you feel bad, just pretend it was a dream. You don't have to be responsible for me, really. God knows she used to despise dates, one-night stands, and that sort of things. Although he was good-looking, almost godly, she was only 23 and hadn't played enough. She planned to get married around 28. Hearing her words, Tang Yunjun frowned in displeasure, and a cold and sharp look flashed across his peerless face. Looking at the time, he said in a very forceful tone, "We have to go to the Civil Affairs Bureau in half an hour." Anne Ziato was immediately angered by his word and jumped up. Her delicate face flashed red as she angrily said, "If you want to go, go. Go by yourself. I have no plans to get married for the next 5 years." Under normal circumstances, wouldn't a man be in a hurry to make a mess and disappear without a trace? This man is sick and doesn't play cards. "I'm just informing you, not asking for your opinion," Tang Yunjun said in a cold voice as he narrowed his eyes. "Are you sick? I've already said that I don't plan to get married. If you want to get married, find a woman who wants to get married as well." Anne Ziato was so angry that she almost vomited blood. "Wow, one night stand with me isn't enough. He now wants to sleep with me for a lifetime? Keep dreaming." Just when the two of them were in a stalemate, the doorbell suddenly rang, scaring Anziato into hiding in the bathroom. And Tang Yunjun calmly found a bathrobe to put on, then walked to open the door. "Sir, this is what you asked for." A young man in the hotel uniform, handed a few bags to him. Yes, the man nodded. After closing the door again, he carried the bag to the bathroom door and knocked. "Clothes, take them." Anziato hesitated for a few seconds before nervously opening the door and closed it immediately after taking the items. While soaking in the bathtub, Anziato looked at the bruises on her body. She felt humiliated and sad. However, she could not cry no matter how hard she tried. She remembered coming to the hotel last night to attend the school's celebration banquet. The school had invited some of the most prestigious people in the academy who had donated over the years. After drinking some wine, she felt a little uncomfortable and went to the lodge to rest for a while. She could not remember what happened next. Half an hour later, after she was done washing and enduring the soreness between her legs, Anziato came out of the bathroom fully dressed. She saw a tall and straight, handsome man wearing a white shirt and black pants, sitting on a single sofa. His long and straight legs were casually crossed, his posture was elegant and noble, and his body exuded a powerful aura of indifference and nobility. Oh, where did such a gorgeous, handsome man, godlike man come from? Anziato was stunned for a moment, unable to react in time, until the man came up to her and said, "Let's go." What are you doing?" she asked, blinking. "We are going to get the marriage certificate." These words were like a spell that immediately woke Anziato up. She looked at him in disbelief. This well-dressed man who looked like a god was that bastard who was naked just now? As I said earlier, I'm not getting married at the moment. "And I'm not getting married to you," she said firmly. Although he was very handsome, however, only a fool with head full of water would marry a stranger only because she had lost her virginity in a one-night stand. "Reason?" he asked. "I haven't played enough, I haven't made enough money to shop, I haven't gone to Provence, I haven't seen the Arctic, I haven't gone to Paris, I haven't gone to Berlin. Once married with children, I'll have to be at home with them and wait on my husband. It'll be inconvenience for me to go anywhere. So I don't intend to get married until I'm 28. Her idea was to play while she was young, or else she wouldn't be able to play when she got married. So she didn't want to jump into the grave of marriage so early. "I have money and power. Marry me. You can walk across the entire capital. After marriage, $100 billion shall be turned over to you to spend however you want. Having a child or not will be your decision. He was as calm as if he was negotiating on a battlefield, throwing out tempting conditions for a flash marriage.